But yes, anyways, we'll just get started with we're on this is episode 12. This is part 12 of Elemental Odyssey. So when the last session started, Zakio had something resembling a bit of a frustrating time because the form of his uncle appeared, taunted him, turned out to be an illusion, then sicked a giant robot at everybody.
You know, as they do.
Yeah, as you do.
Robots.
But after a bit of slapping and a lot of gunshots, and then Snackbot getting the kill with a cappuccino maker, the robot identified as Subject 64 by Zayasha was dealt with. You left, had some interesting interactions with the horde of paladins outside the ruins. And then at the end of it all, after some people getting a bit more information about things, you motherfucker, god damn it, right now we're in the session.
God damn it, Rin.
You guys got a call from Dragonor like, hey, we got a big job and we're a little undermanned, and you guys did a solid by us. Okay, so want to come help out? We'll pay you
money.
To which I gave an emphatic yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what motivates paladins, money.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you don't have any other leads, and because your only other lead turned out to be Jinx's uncle, who was that guy who called in that mission that got you captured, Skara. Like, it was an illusion on that guy, and
what's my motivation right now then, to kill that guy or what?
Well, to be fair, you know that the guy was an illusion cast by Jinx's uncle, who is the reason that two of your fellow paladins die and you were almost thrown into the Niflheim facilities. Tanko bad.
Gents.
So at the very least, you have a good reason to, if nothing else, drag this guy into a courtroom and have him yelled at until he goes to jail and probably dies.
No mercy for the
He
wicked.
won't make it to jail. I'm gonna tell you right now, he ain't making it to jail.
It's okay.
Provided you live that long. But you guys at the end of the last session had just headed out from the Trifecta ruins, which I now have some special tokens I need to show you guys because I have map markers for things that places you've been and have done. So there's the ruins you are leaving. That is where you fought Faust.
He's a bad man.
That is roughly where the dragon is. It's supposed to be a little bit higher up, but I didn't want to cover up that spot. Oh, wait, I pinged on the GM layer. What am I doing? Whatever. Not leave it on the GM layer. That is where Dragon Roar is. That is where the campaign started. And then this last one, using good old Clark as the token, is where the Niflheim facility was. So it gives a better idea of where the hell you've been.
For some reason, I don't see Clark.
He's off to the far left. He's over here.
He's in our bells.
Zoomed in, that's why. Dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, he's specifically marking the city of Kreno because that's where the Niflheim facility was hidden. And Dragon Roar is marking Draklin. But yes, you can also notice the nice new world map that actually has city names and better structures of the biomes and everything.
DM, I see your secret continent in the north.
What secret continent?
Secret continent.
Oh, the top right? That's like the North Pole, man. That's just ice.
That place.
It's a secret continent. It's the North Pole. It's not.
It's the North Pole, fam. There ain't nothing up there but cold.
Hey, there might be a holy tree up there, the center of the world.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. No, there's not.
Good old Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil is over in Eczema, fam. Yggdrasil's like here.
But maybe it's a secret Yggdrasil.
No, it's not. The only thing you might find up there is there's only one thing you might find in the North Pole, and that is the quote-unquote path to hell.
Oh, why does hell have to be in the cold? That's not fair to poor Shiva.
Because apparently that's where the god of life and death, Kaius, decided to make a potential path straight into the afterlife.
I'm okay with this. That means I have no reason to ever go there.
What was that, Lodo?
Can there be a Charybdis up there too?
It might be under that. You don't know. I mean, no one's ever found the path to hell and, come back out, so...
Because a Charybdis ate them.
I mean, they're walking to the gates of the freaking gatekeeper of life and death. And it's like, oh, you're here. All right, I'm gonna judge you. You go either down there to die, or you go to the happy place.
Are you talking about on the right? Because I was talking about the stuff on the left. The other one.
Oh, the little islands?
I think up north they're white. It looks cold.
Yeah, that's the North Pole. That's still part of the North Pole.
How come it's not as cold up there as it is on like the north part of Arabellum and Rattlesert?
That's it. No, that place is less cold. The one that's like pure white, that up there, that is actually like cold.
Oh, okay.
As in, you will die cold.
Yeah.
Demons,
I don't have like what the world spinner called the biomes, but I do know that like the Gray Mountains are supposed to be like the alpine biome. So it's like at about the snow line, and the white within the continents is like the highest mountains.
There's a lot of detail going on in Corvallis.
Yeah, Cavalli is an interesting place. It's a very interesting place.
Anyway, back to the thing. I think we left off. We were just about to get on the road.
Yeah, you guys left off on the road back to Gilvain, which is the green side of this tile.
It's 10 feet away.
Not really. That's a lot longer because this is supposed to be in miles, but I can't really do that on this map without changing it for every map in the game, I think.
Get into sword fights, people are 5 miles away.
Yeah, no.
Watch me move this 5 miles in an instant.
Goku ain't got nothing on this. Anyways. So you guys left, as you were leaving, Lodo, you got confirmation from the Fender's Paladins at the ruins that they would inform the chapter in Gilvain about what happened.
Okay.
So yeah, you're immediately on the road and still in transit because it's like there's not going to be a whole lot going on unless the DM list of things happening decides, nah, fuck these guys. Also, hi.
Hi.
Someone has appeared. It's Snick.
Yay, Snick.
Snick.
Yay.
Don't worry, you only missed the recap. Which,
that's
TLDR, shit happened, y'all are now on the road.
Yep.
On the road again.
Mm-hmm. Scar is driving, tunes may or may not be playing.
Oh, there's tunes.
I am meditating just to see what happens. Probably nothing.
Is there a focuses meditation or just fuck it meditation?
Some focus. Not total focus, but there's some.
On what?
On Alias, of course.
Okay. Let me get the music then.
I
Because, where is it?
don't ask stupid questions.
Here we go.
God damn it.
As you begin meditating, Zakio, you feel a weird breeze, and you're like, who the fuck turned on the AC? And like, you turn your head, open your eyes. Oh fuck, I'm back here again.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're in the same spot you started on last time, across the way from the chair, which empty, the door behind it slightly open, and you can see Alias's hand sticking out with holding up one finger, like he's like just 1 second, and you can hear at a distance something being said, but you're not sure what.
I'm gonna try and move closer and try and hear what's being said.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, please let my rolls be good today. Damn.
You have a mighty need to understand. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. I was not prepared for that. Holy shit.
Wasn't prepared for that roll.
No. Usually the dice hate you.
Literally a max roll, too.
Yeah, it's a crit. Okay. So you stand up, you focus really hard on listening as you start walking closer. Like your eyes are slightly closed, but you can like just enough to see as you're going. But you're listening, and what languages do you speak again?
Hold on. I will post it.
Huh. That is a very strange combination of Celestial and Draconic you're hearing. Like, it's still Alias's voice the entire time, but he's speaking both languages almost simultaneously. And because of that, it's hard to fully understand some of the words because, like, it sounds like he's saying two words at the same time. In some cases, you're like, what the fuck? It comes a little bit like, I need to go iron my goat or something at times. Like, it sounds about like that where it's like, it's understand, and then just like one word is like Swiss cheese as opposed to shoe or something. It's really odd to listen to. Me ironing my goat. Snick, please. But, you do actually, impressively to yourself, catch a decent gist of what's being said. He's talking to someone else, and like you can't hear their half of the conversation because it seems like they're further away than Alias is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying something about you definitively understand the Draconic words for the elements of the Odyssey Forest you guys have all found. So, light, wind, water, and ice. Because he is accounting for the Spectrum Bracer too, it seems.
Which would be light, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spectrum Bracer is light.
Okay.
Saying something about that. Something about strange happenings. That, and then definitively in Celestial, that freaky ass fucker who was eating magic. To which, as that is said, you then hear a very distinct, rather large draconic growl coming from beyond Alias. Who you can still only see the hand of, by the way, and he's still holding up one finger as he's talking. But, he's also talking about some interesting people, and, you know, in a way, it sounds like someone talking to, like, a sibling or a relative. It's very strange, like, the familiarity in his voice.
Okay.
But once you get, like, a little about within, like, 10, 15 feet of the door, it's a bit more like, yeah, I know. It sounds like he's coming. What's it? Sorry about that. I had to mute for a second. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm talking to someone right now. So, like, can this wait, please? Seriously? Thank you. Okay. And then you see Alias walk through the door and close it behind him. Oh, freaking A. Why they gotta be so chatty sometimes?
Who is they?
He just looks at you. He still has like the humanoid shaped face, but it's just like pure black and like you can see his eyes. You just see that big cartoonish grin appear on his face again. Not telling.
Why not?
'Cause.
Any specific reason other than just cuz?
No.
Very well. Can you tell me how you're connected to, at the very least, WOTTyssey and Dulcea? Seeing as how we saw your symbol plastered pretty much everywhere around the ruins.
Excuse, it was not everywhere.
You know what I bloody well mean.
Oh, of course I do. I'm just giving you a hard time because it's fun.
Rubs temple with finger.
He's just like the full on this like the colon and like uppercase D emote right now, just a full on big smiley goofy grin.
What is your connection to them?
It's there.
You be a little more specific? Like, why are you hiding in the shadows of all these murals that we saw?
Because I want to.
Are you some sort of strange god that came before them, or helped them in some way, or...?
I'm not telling you that, no.
Why not tell me this? I don't understand any reason not to tell me.
And I don't understand a reason to tell you. He pokes you in the forehead. You're a very curious one, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, you know what they say about curiosity and cats, he flicks your ear.
Don't touch the ears.
He touches the other one.
I take a couple fingers and jab him real hard in the abdomen. Or try to.
About half a centimeter away from touching him, your fingers hit a wall of force.
Whoa.
Like, you were about to touch him, but it's like, you can't, like, physically put your hand on him, and he's like, don't do that.
What happens if I
Bad
do?
idea. Do you want to find out?
Yes.
Uh...
God, I'm gonna fucking die right here.
If you want to find out, poke him again.
Hesitate a little bit, debating whether or not this is actually gonna kill me. Then I poke him.
Roll me 3 wisdom saving throws.
Shit.
And while you're doing that, I'll be right back. I need to get me some pizza.
Okay. Oh, God damn it. Still haven't rolled a backup character, by the way. So if this ends badly, I really hope someone can revive.
Actually, do we have anyone with revive at this level?
Some sort of revive.
I'm back in oh baby. So
Good.
I'm relatively confident in the first one and the last one. Not so much the middle one.
when you touch him, like you actually touch him, you're not quite sure to describe the feeling of whatever the hell this guy is wearing. But once you do, you feel, oh, what is this? What is happening? You feel what you can only describe as eternity flowing through your mind.
Oh, dear God.
Like, in fact, hold on. Because, where is it? Do I have it in here?
I know you can't see it, but my hands are actually kind of shaking a little bit right now.
Once you touch him, not only do you feel eternity, you look around, it is no longer like an arena made of like your childhood home. It is now the cosmos with that chair and that door in it and you and Alias. And instinctively, your every defensive instinct in your body kicks in. You tense up, your mind like almost goes blank, and like the images of eternity like start to fade, but then you feel another pang through your body, and oh god, it's back. Hi, Kel.
Yeah, I guess you forgot what day it is.
Don't worry, Jinx is having a bad time. Don't worry about it.
Very bad time.
Yeah. So as it starts to fade, you then feel another pang through your entire being, and oh god, what am I seeing? What is happening? What is assaulting me on a physical and spiritual level? You take... let me see.
What's going on?
Good thing I'm at full.
Jinx is having a bad time.
Good thing
Oh,
I'm
boy.
at full.
You take
HP.
16 points of psychic damage.
Okay, that's not bad.
As you are assaulted by what feels like the entirety of time and creation.
Oh God.
What did you do?
I poked
You'll find out.
Alias.
You're like, it feels like you're slowed by that, but it's not like enough to like completely crush you, and you're impressed you survived that. But on the second one, and then after that, you sort of stagger in place as like the cosmos around you, instead of dimming, become brighter again. And then there's another pang through your body, and you think you pushed it back, but no. Oh no, you didn't. You take another 29 points of psychic damage. As again, time, history, space, creation, the void, everything assaults your mind in a very, very short order.
8 HP.
And after that second one, you drop to your knees. The area around you is once again the arena, and Alias is just looking down at you like, I told you not to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Oh God.
Marcus, are you yelling into your mic?
No?
Everybody is super low for me except you.
Huh.
Weird.
That is
And I
very
think
Maybe
weird.
his individual
Barely
setting is
audible. You're the
different.
only one I can hear.
Huh. Right click on people and adjust their audio settings, then their user volume. Because I don't know what's going on in that case.
I assume I'm still there just taking it.
It stopped now. You're just on
Oh,
the ground. You're like
it's
on
just
one knee
stopped.
on the ground in your own mind, just like breathing heavily because what the fuck?
So basically, when you touch him, you get to see eternity, and it fucking hurts.
If you don't crit on your wisdom saving throw, yes.
Oh, if I didn't crit the one, I would have taken that 3 times.
You would have taken a third thing of damage, yes.
Oh god. Alright. Yep. Probably more than just some random celestial being. Ow.
As far as you know, anyways.
Don't know of many celestial entities that can be touched, and you see fucking eternity.
Well, to be fair, no one's touched a god, or at least no one who's lived has touched a god.
I get touched all the time.
That's different.
I have used one once.
So you won't tell me anything further how you're related to the gods. You
No.
hurt to the touch. How do you know Vic?
There's a pause. He looks actually confused, like the smile fades. Who the fuck is Vic?
Gandalf with fucking shades.
You start like describing him, and like a picture of Vic appears next to you. Oh, him! Oh, he's still doing that, is he? he like just like sighs, and you see him like it looks like he's muttering something, but there's like no actual words. And he's like shaking his head in disappointment.
What's with the disappointed look? Something you're not particularly fond of or proud of?
It's nothing you need to concern yourself over.
Alright. Well, quickly. What exactly about the experiments that were run on me got your attention? I don't recall if I asked this out of character. I don't recall if I asked specifically.
This last time, I don't think you did either.
Yeah,
and he's like,
I just know he revealed he has access to it because of the bullshittery.
well, it's more what I saw when you touched that little bauble of mine.
MacGuffin?
He moves aside. You then notice the what looks like the door handle thing looks just like the MacGuffin.
Wait, so MacGuffin. So just so I'm clear, the MacGuffin is technically the quote-unquote doorknob for this door.
Or at least there's another MacGuffin-looking like gray sphere of glass that is the door handle for this thing.
Well then.
You're the one who found it in that odd place. Not too far away from, he gestures towards Orzal at your waist. Your little friend there.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though.
Just me touching this somehow got your attention?
Well, it's more the fact I didn't know that was still on the planet.
So it was this and not my uncle's experiments on me that got your attention? Or
Yes and no. You picked it up, and if you'd just been, average mortal, nothing.
so what?
We're inside Jinx's mind right now, Kel. He's having a spirit talk.
With Alias. It's not going super well because
Oh.
I suck at asking questions.
Oh no, Kel has an idea. In which case the answer is probably yes, but we're gonna keep going. Oh, I can arrange for that, Kel. Don't you worry.
So just so I'm clear on this, Alias was fairly aware of my presence, and then I found MacGuffin, and then he was really interested in me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes and no. If you'd just been into the mortal who'd found it, that would have been nothing. But you.
What's so bloody special about me to you?
I've never seen a mortal with, he pokes you in the head, and on either side of you, matching the color of your eyes, an orb appears on either side of your head of clearly pure fire and pure wind. I've never seen a mortal with a balance quite like this that hadn't, well, rather quickly died.
Yeah. I was always told I was a fairly resilient person.
More than you know. Though, I suppose luck's an equal factor in it. He snaps his fingers and the orbs disappear.
It was just the simple fact I have this high concentration of wind and fire that intrigues you.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. Perfectly honest, you shouldn't have lived as long as you have with the balance you had.
Yeah, because it was a lot. Like, I probably have a higher quote-unquote imbalance than someone who took rust. Or something like that.
I'll get to that. It's, well, I'll be perfectly honest. When you picked it up, at first, I thought you were an elemental.
Oh!
It was a rather curiously large mana coalescence within you on those two. So, I'll admit, very intrigued. And well, you have proved rather entertaining.
Glad I could be of service. Just wish I could...
He pats you on the head. Don't be.
Wish I could get some more information as payment.
He laughs. There's a good reason I'm obscure.
Can you at least tell me what... Give me an inkling, at least, of what this reason is?
He, leans in close. Why would a god not want to be found? Why would a god not want to be known? Think on that.
Give me a sec, I need to write that down.
Don't worry, you have a moment.
Okay.
Then after that, he just stands up straight, adjusts the collar of his coat, and then just walks through the door and shuts it behind him.
I'm gonna stand up with MacGuffin in my hand, walk up to the door, and try and use it on the door.
You touch the glass orb to the door, nothing happens.
I just kind of think on what he said.
And as you do that, you find yourself... Where's that fucking song? God damn it, I just saw it.
I come out, my eyes are bleeding, my nose is bleeding.
I will tell you now what everyone else saw while you were meditating. You were just sort of sitting in, a chair, arms crossed, eyes closed. And then all of a sudden you started coughing. Like everyone else is just doing their own thing, and then suddenly you just begin to cough. And after a moment, the coughing keeps going, and then there's a little bit of blood that comes out of your mouth and nose. To which Arvin sees this, gets over, and just starts shaking you. Hey, are you okay? He tries to get you to stand up, but you just fall to the floor. And he's having a minor panic attack as Celestine moves over to inspect. And as you come to, Zakio, you see Celestine's face looking right at you. His tongue sort of lolling out in his mouth open, and a big doggo grin, hi.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
And you still have some blood in your mouth, so you gotta cough that up a little bit.
Yeah, I just kind of spit it out and wipe my mouth off.
What the hell happened to you?
I had another communion, if you will, with Alias, and I decided to poke him.
Seems like that
Turns
was a
out
very poor choice.
Yeah. Turns out seeing eternity in a matter of seconds is rather fucking painful. I assume I just kind of caught basically I saw the evolution of the world in a matter of seconds. Nothing like
You saw
really
from
stuck
creation
out.
to now in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, nothing real specific.
And like, you like, oh, I can see eternity.
Oh.
It was some shit, man.
Unfortunately, I didn't get too much information, but he did give me something to really think on.
What?
Last thing he told me was, why would a god not want to be known? Not want to be found? Which, given that gods, as far as I know, are the only celestial beings that could probably cause you to see eternity when you touch them, just a wild guess, probably is more along the lines of a god statement.
Interesting.
Doesn't seem malevolent, so being evil, not gonna completely rule it out, but though chance evil, at least to me, ass than anything.
What?
What?
But
But
His last name is just calling this god a butt. This
Yep.
entity.
yeah, he is a little bit.
As you say that, Celestine, you feel a scritch behind the ear and a comment of, yeah, he is.
yay! Them good scritches.
Oh, wait a second. Celestine, you're pretty close with your god, obviously. Even though I can't see them, seeing your reactions randomly. Seem you're fairly close with your god. Perhaps you could commune with Vanai and see if she happens to know anything.
She knows he's
By
a butt.
chance. I mean, besides that, he's a butt.
Let's see, I guess I'd roll religion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take out my little necklace and my Vernai statue and pray. Oh, they changed the
While I
sheet.
just kind of sorely work my way back sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing.
Actually, no. You get something.
Oh shit.
As
He's
you
a super ass.
Yeah.
hold on, as you hold the statuette and the necklace and pray, you close your eyes, and after a moment, a weird scent tickles your nose. You sniff. You know that smell. You open your eyes. You're now in the Yggdrasil Reef, at the base of the tree.
Whoa, freaky.
And sitting on one of the roots a little ways away is Vernai. She smiles and she waves at you.
Mama!
Doggo's Brit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you run over head on lap?
Yes.
There's a chuckle and she just starts petting you on the head. Aww. You came to visit again.
Yes, I was coming to visit and then I woke up in a ship.
That was rude of them.
But I'm being best boy.
Yes, you are. In fact, she boops you on the nose and you feel that warm energy sensation you felt in your hands again. And you look at the back of your left hand, slowly appearing like your fur in a pattern changes color to the symbol of Vernai on the back of your left hand.
That's different.
Sometimes I want a champion. And well, who better than the best boy? She scratches you under the chin.
Oh,
Yay.
shit. Getting god champions left, right, and fucking center here.
You don't know that. At least Celestine is.
This anonymous dude is a butt. He hurt one of my friends.
Alias?
Yeah, that.
It's that very disappointed mom sigh out of her. And you're just like in your head, oh, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he do something bad?
He's... Well... If he's a god, if he's rules over any aspect of existence, it's being a butt.
He's a
And
god
he's-
of sarcasm?
Sarcasm is now an element. It's canon.
she laughs and scratches you behind the ears. You could say that.
Is he
He's-
dangerous?
No, he's a bit out of touch with a lot of things.
I'm out of touch too. Yesterday, I seen this squirrel in a box and I couldn't get it.
I'm sorry. I was trying to use him to keep an eye on you.
And
But
here
I'll
you
stick to
are
birds
trying
instead.
to kill her watchers.
I kill them. Never said if I caught one I'd kill it. I probably wouldn't know what to do with it.
Catch the squirrel. Shit, what now?
Yeah.
This has never
Caught
happened
squirrel,
before.
life mission over. Not sure what to do. The Tyrannosaur? Yeah, like I know he flies, but he looks really awkward and kind of shatters the feel of this game.
But, yeah. Next time you make your way back to the real place and she taps her foot against the root she's on, you might find something here. Think on it, okay?
I will. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. And she pats you on the head and you blink and you're back in the bus. You look at your hand, the mark is still there.
Yay! Present.
Mm-hmm. Which manifests in that, you know how you could nature pulse to increase your damage, Kel?
Mm-hmm.
That's now just a passive thing. You don't have to manually do it.
Oh, fucking sweet.
You have +3 acid damage to all melee attacks now.
Damn.
It is the ability Nature's Might.
This is where benevolent comes without the question mark.
For now.
So, Vernai told me that Alias is a butt. He's not particularly dangerous, and he's been out of work for a while. So, he's an unemployed god.
Did she
I
say
thought-
why
I
he's
thought she said out
unemployed?
of touch, not out of work.
Out of touch, not unemployed, but out of touch. He's free to interpret it however he wants, though, which it makes it funnier.
This is true. I didn't know gods could be employed. Or
Takio, you hear from the
unemployed,
back of
rather.
your head. you hear from the back of your head what sounds like someone about half a room, 3 rooms away from you shouting, "I'm not unemployed, damn it!" And then the door slamming.
Well, to our knowledge, there's no shrines of him, no tokens or baubles, and he doesn't really represent anything. All I can honestly think of off the top of my head is maybe he made all the other gods, but Vernai seemed to treat him as a sibling. I don't know, maybe somebody's after him. That's what I do. When I'm in trouble, I hide. I used to fit under the couch, but not anymore.
I'll be sure to ask him next time I get the chance.
You used to fit under the couch.
I'm sure he still tries though.
Tiny puffball Celestine under the couch.
Little Babin.
This is just raised and slightly lopsided.
Yeah. I wonder where Celestine could possibly be. Half the couch is about 4 feet off the ground.
And he's got like his hands over his eyes. I can't see them, they can't
Yeah.
see me. I can't see them, they can't see me.
They can't see me. Perfect logic.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Kel. That's wonderful. Mm.
No, you gotta watch it on your own.
But Zakio, for a moment, you swear in the back of your mind in that same like distant thing, like someone from another room again. You swear you can hear distant grumbling of some sort.
In my head, I'm just like, "What's the matter, mate? You actually in trouble?"
Shut up. Then the grumbling stops.
Well, I think he's in some sort of trouble. Because I can kind of hear
You then sharply hear, "No, I'm not! Stop talking about it!" And then, again, a door slam.
Just trying to figure out what you are.
Don't want people to know for a reason, goddammit! And he shuts the door again. And yes, he did actually say "goddammit." If that just seems really weird for a day entity to say.
Fuck me would probably be more appropriate.
Hey man, you don't know his life. You don't know his choices.
Figure out why he doesn't want to be known. Which is going to be a chore in and of itself.
I will be impressed if you find out before at least 3 more arcs have passed. I will be impressed if you do something that makes me tell you.
Oh god.
Maybe he's like that Rumpelstiltskin dude, and if we find out his name and what he does, he'll turn into a potato.
Well, Celestine, Kel, you just canonized Rumpelstiltskin to this world.
Yep.
So thank you for that.
You know what? That gave me an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Google search Alias's symbol and see what I find.
Oh, like take a picture of it on your phone and then Google image
Yeah.
search. Investigation.
God damn it!
All it turns back is sigils of, like, some of them seem like UI elements from video games or movies or sci-fi shows. There's like at least one actual divine sigil in there that it's apparently considered close enough according to this image search, and that's Soraya's, but that's it.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I just kind of take a nap because I'm probably sore all over, but especially my brain.
Oh no, you're only sore in the head. You've got a fucking killer migraine.
Yeah. I'm gonna go take a nap and recover my HP.
Well, don't worry. I rolled the dice and you were already on the road, so you've now moved up to this tile. And you've like been going the whole day. Not much has like passed you by, not even like anything weird. Like you've seen occasional, you know, some critters through the trees. Seen like you know, the local, you know, birds, large, you know, like large cats, large canines, you know, that sort of thing. A regular bear, at least once.
I love how you put emphasis on a regular.
Well, yeah, you're going the wrong way. If you want to find the
know.
metal bears, they're down in Denakmos.
I know that. And I'm missing all of this because I'm literally sleeping.
Oh yeah, no, like it goes long enough, and like you guys are still like kind of, you know, sore from and a little bit tired from all the shit you did. So Skara pulls it over to a spot for you guys to make camp for the night. If you know you want to sleep outside or sleep in one of the beds in the bus.
I'm sleeping in the bed on the bus.
Yeah, no, you took a nap to get ready for bed the whole day.
Yeah, cause fucking migraine.
Yeah, as my dad puts it, you rested up for bed.
Pretty much.
But yeah, once you find a spot, I assume Celestine goes outside, sets up a tent, and just falls asleep.
Is there grass?
Yeah.
Is the weather bad?
No.
Don't need a tent. I'll just curl up into a ball and go to sleep.
Yeah, I do remember what the biome color is for where you guys are at. It's like it was called on the World Spinner website shrubland. So there's like a lot of shrubberies, not really many trees. You're just like sort of left the forest. But it's basically grasslands, but there's bushes fucking everywhere. You know, Celestine finds a nice cozy spot next to the bus and just passes out.
Yep.
Okay. Meanwhile, I can only assume Sneck begins rummaging through various bins in the bus to see if there's parts he can scrounge together for something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. You do, however, find a nice bike horn.
Ooh.
Booty Butt Jr. Horn.
But yeah, it's about all you find on the bus, and you go to bed. Day comes, nothing apparently decided to jump you guys. Celestine has a few random birds just perched on his head when he wakes up.
Bird friends.
You wake up though, and they scatter.
Ooh.
Once you start moving, they flit off. He realized there was a lot of them though once they all scattered, because there's about like 20 starlings. So it's just like a bunch of angry beeping as they fly away.
Oh no, their warm bed moved.
And they break down, just beep, 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 fucking gone.
Oh shit, it moved!
Yeah. In fact, Celestine, part of what woke you up was the smell of bacon.
Bacon. Yes.
Smells like Padma's cooking. And have breakfast, get back on the road, and it doesn't take you too much longer to get back to the city. But you reach Gilvain around 2 in the afternoon. So if
at some point during the trip, can I try the investigation again, except more specific to religious symbolism?
Sure.
Obviously, I'm getting video game shit in the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, son of a...
No, it doesn't matter what you try to narrow it down as, you just keep getting the same fucking search results.
God.
In fact, roll perception.
I can perceive he's fucking with me.
The search results seem to have gotten actively worse and further away from being anything related to divinity.
Oh boy.
Fucking alias.
You then watch the search bar with your search information it delete itself and be replaced with the text, "I don't want to be found for a reason, damn it. Stop looking."
I'm just gonna pat Zakia on the back. I don't like the magic boxes either.
Oh, he's just getting frustrated at my curiosity is all.
This one time, I got really curious, and I thought it was a snack. It was not a snack. It was a cactus. My nose hurt for days.
Why did you think a cactus was a snack?
Celestine, you just feel Padma like patting you on the side of the neck. It's okay, big guy.
Where is Minnie?
Internet took an implosion, so she's just like chilling out until she gets some food.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll be back. I hope she is, but
Can't even tell me why he doesn't want to be found. It's ridiculous. Aside from the fact that he might be in trouble. That's what I'm gonna go with. He's in fucking trouble.
you then see in the text box change to, do you expect to tell every single nosy person ever why you don't want to be disturbed?
No, but when you kind of come out of nowhere, I kind of like to know what I'm dealing with.
It then changes to, it sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, one I'm trying to solve.
It just goes back to your original search question.
That's what I thought. I just carry on eating food. Delicious bacon.
Yeah.
Funny thing, in about 20 minutes, I'm having BL fucking teas.
Yeah, nice. But you are in Gilvain, so if you want to stop by a shop or anything before you head further on to the meetup point with those Dragon War guys, you can. You could still, you know.
Ooh, I want to do that.
Okay. What is Celestine looking for?
I don't know, something unique. Maybe something that stands out.
I have a feeling I know what Sneck wants to find.
A slight feeling.
a little inclination, slight. But if you're gonna look for something in the store, roll me a investigation check. I'll be right back.
Poop.
That is something that stands out.
You're not wrong.
I forget if there was a bookstore here or not. Pretty sure there was.
I mean, did we ever look for stores here?
Well, yeah, we looked for stores here. That's how we found Hawk.
Yeah, but I need to share this video with somebody. If you've seen it before, whatever, but like.
Okay. Food.
Hey, food.
Just looking for stores, Celestine. Nothing really unique catches your eye, aside from, well, when you pass it by, the familiar sign of Hawk's Crimson Hammer Forge. And what were you looking for, Zakio?
I am looking specifically for a potentially better pistol.
Yeah, you don't see any. You don't pass any, like, interesting of sorts. Snick, however, about a block away from Hawk's store, you get Scar to pull over and stop, and you found a what looks like an automotive parts store.
Ooh.
And I assume rather eagerly jump out of the bus with Snackbot right behind you and go inside.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. The half-orc shopkeeper watches you come in, and I know exactly what's going on, so I assume you like move with purpose through the store, just like gather a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
On like your third pass near the register, he like stops you. Oh, what you looking for, little guy?
A few parts.
He like looks at your bot and then back at the parts in your hand. That was a bit too big for your little body there.
This is for a special project.
You got a list of parts you're looking for?
Do I?
I would assume yes, so you can show him the list if you want.
Okay, I show him the list.
He looks it over. Ah, here, put down what you got on the counter. I know where to get the rest.
I do so.
You watch him like, sort of bound through the store with his significantly longer legs. Come back a little while later, and he brings you a rather impressive assortment of, various components and pieces, and also like fender panels and stuff. And then starts checking the price, and that'll all come out to 950.
Okay.
Yeah, frickin' you gotta pay. Not like you really need to worry about that.
I'll do it for
money bags.
$350.
You goddamn Loch Ness monster. Loch Ness, Darren.
Come on, you all love Loch Ness, Darian.
It was great.
Was great.
But yeah, Snick, I assume you pay?
Yeah.
You pay between you and Snackbot, and also going out to get Celestine's help. You carry all the parts into the back portion of the bus, where you kind of effectively set up shop.
Very nice.
You realize you probably won't have enough room to build it in here, but at least you have the parts.
Yeah.
Although you didn't realize, wait a minute, there's a better place to put this, because you know how like the big like road trip buses have like those under the bottom like storage compartments?
Yeah.
There's ones like that on here, so you're like, wait a minute, let's just put them in there, so that way you can just pull them out and work on them while you're outside.
Cool.
Fortunately, you get this idea before Celestine gets all the way onto the bus with something really heavy, so you're like able to save him some time. But yeah, you now have everything you need to make your little project. You just gonna need some time to work on it.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Was anyone else want to do anything in the stage before you headed off?
While he was doing his thing, I was just gonna pop in Hawk's store and just kind of browse what he's got.
Are there any other part stores?
With that roll, you saw a few. The one you actually went to though looked like the best quality one.
Okay.
Like decidedly less like shady and rundown looking than the other ones.
Got it.
But Zakia, when you pop into a store, you hear like Hawk like sighing and then like just shutting the door and he's just like, hey, he looks over at you. Ah, Solus Va, how may Hawk serve?
Solus Va. I'm just kind of seeing what you got in stock. But no.
Feel free to peruse.
Not looking for anything too particular, but I'm just gonna roll investigation to see if anything catches my eye. No.
Why do you have 2 investigation checks?
The first one, I was just looking for a better pistol earlier.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, even with a crit fail investigation check, you could still rather obviously see his wares, so...
Yeah. It's not like I don't see his wares, it's just nothing's popping out at me.
Not particularly, like, you didn't really, like, look at what he had last time you were here, you just, came in with purpose and, sold him a bunch of shit. But, he has a... rather impressive selection, and it's not just like swords, hammers, shields, armor. He appears to also be a pretty talented gunsmith because there's some guns in here too that distinctly like deviate from like some of the standards you've seen, so in like little ways, but it's not like function, it's still simple point, pull trigger, thing dies probably. But like there's like little detailings on them that look wholly unique to presumably Hawk's method of creating the weaponry. You're kind of impressed he can because this place looks pretty small. He apparently like built these entire guns.
Quite an impressive selection of weaponry you have here, particularly your pistols. Some of them are quite ornate.
Hawk has many talents. As you mentioned, it's not just like pistols either. There's like some actual actual bigger rifles. Less of those, but there's still some.
And one prominently displayed on some random display case behind him will be like a equivalent to a Barrett 50 cal.
No. His big super fancy behind the counter shit. If you see it displayed, it's more definitive, really impressive looking, arcane etchings. They're all faintly glowing weaponry. There's a hammer, there's a shield, there's some swords, there's a rapier, at least one set of nunchucks.
Does he have any arm cannons? I want to get something like what Bastion uses.
Oh, one of those.
I want to name it the Twilight Bark.
Good lord, that's so not Bark.
Well,
no,
if you
name
want
it
to,
the Howler.
There you go.
the Howlitzer.
Oh my god, perfect. Howlitzer.
Well, you could go to the store and ask him if he can make you one. You do have a crossbow. talking to Celestine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the store and ask him if he can make me one.
I think I might actually go to the store and investigate the quality of the guns.
Okay. So like after
told you, I'm
Zakio like
making
heads
a-
off, everyone's like, let's just go pick up Zakio, and the bus pulls into the parking spot next to the store again.
Will unload my own pistol because safety. I will hand it to Hawk and also see if there's any way you can either improve on this or if you have something in stock that's just better, whichever is a little cheaper.
He like looks over the gun. Kind of design. I'll try for a deviation on power without having to entirely redesign firing mechanism for a larger bullet. Might be more in your interest to just get the revolver.
I could do that.
All right then. I assume you wish to trade.
Yes.
He throws the gun over his shoulder. You hear another like clang, clang, clang through like some trash cans or some shit.
I'll trade this as well, and I hand him my basic bitch longsword.
You're actually gonna get rid of that.
I'm actually gonna get rid of it.
Do you want to put this towards the new gun or something else?
Towards the new gun.
To be perfectly honest, your other pistol already took care of it. This is overkill.
Oh. Well then, in that case, I'll still keep it as a backup weapon for now then, if that's the case.
Alright, he hands you back the sword.
I went from
You then
a
see
9
him-
mil to a fucking hand cannon.
He then pulls some keys off a key ring on his belt and walks over the gun case. Says people to people, so let's not be right with Hawk. Be right with you.
I told you I'm gonna turn him into fucking Gilmore.
There's some jingling on one of the cases. And he's like, stupid. There we go. Opens up, pulls out. You see him grab like 3 items, then shut the case. Come back around and put down 3 identically sized, but each like differently styled, in like design and aesthetics revolvers. Which would you like?
Oh, what do the designs look like for each of the revolvers?
One has like a skull and ghosts motif to it. Another has a has like some like not actually like painted on like with orange and red and everything flames, but like it has like some ghost flame etchings about it. The third one is more just it looks rather elaborately ornate, but still entirely functional.
And the function is all the same. None of them are.
Yeah, they're exactly like same model. He just has like different looks on them.
Wait, fall into this. Grabs the skull and ghost, whatever.
The skull and ghost designed revolver.
Yeah.
Very well. Enjoy. He takes the other 2 and you see him go back over to the thing and put them away.
Yeah, I assume I quote unquote get appropriate ammo for it too.
Yeah, you're well. There's a place you can trade in your ammo now. Easy enough to say you go over there, swap it out.
Just a flavor thing. I know we're not actually keeping track of ammo.
Yeah, I believe the damage on a revolver is 2d6. So just change your pistol to revolver and change the damage from 1d10 to 2d6. Easily done.
Yep. I am now Ocelot.
Okay, and Sneck wanted to investigate the quality of the firearms in Hawk's store.
Yes.
Roll investigation. Oh, baby. It's plain to you, he's like a bit newer to making the guns than he is to, making the more traditional weaponry.
Pardon the background, sorry.
Don't worry. Like, he's definitely more accustomed to swords, boards, and hammers than he is to, Rudy Tooty point and shooties. But there's like nothing that like surpasses the effectiveness of like your personal rifle, in your opinion. But it's all like it's all of like the best possible quality he can manage with while staying within designs, because he hasn't like it's all clearly no deviation from what the actual like design, like the actual like mechanisms and chambering and all that jazz is.
Yeah.
The only difference between like his weapons and like ones you would find like any other more like they sort of sell guns is literally just aesthetics.
Got it.
So his are like fancier looking and might be enchanted. There's at least one that looks like it has some arcane etchings on it. But other than that, no, they're still just effectively guns.
Okay.
And Celestine, I believe you had a request for Mr. Hawk.
Yeah, it's changed now.
Oh?
If he specializes with melee weapons, I want him to put his second axe head at the bottom of stick.
It is now. Oh god.
It is twice the stick, but I can't bring it through the door.
Are you turning into the medieval version of Darth Maul?
Darian, I can barely hear you, bro. Hold on.
Oh no, I
There
can.
you go.
Can you hear me better now if I just leave my mic all the way up here?
Well, no, I had to boost your volume because, like I said before, like Marcus was super loud, but
Oh,
everybody else is
okay.
like pretty much mute,
Mm.
which was weird because
Well, no.
his squad's been doing it for a couple days.
It's not that he specializes in melee over range, it's that he specializes in traditional weapons over modern weapons.
Oh, well, stick is traditional.
Well, yeah, stick counts as that, but so do crossbows and regular bows. It's like when you start getting like ballistics with like guns and shit, that's where he's like less good.
Can he improve stick to make stick better, or improve bark to make bark better?
I assume you ask him this while saying the names of the weapons.
Yes.
Hawk like looks at you, rubs like scratches his goatee a little bit. Let Hawk see the stick and bark. He sounds a little confused by the names until you hand him a big axe and then the little one. Ah. See, I see. He picks up stick, looks it over. It's a very powerful design. Apart from aesthetics or enchantments, there's not much I could do to improve it.
Oh.
Well, at least not this one, he says, putting stick back down. He picks up bark. This! He, like, seems to have been a custom work, but... if you want more, bite to your bark, I can certainly do this.
Yay.
Can I rename this person Boris?
No,
I
you
hate
cannot rename
Moose
Hawk
and
Boris.
Squirrel. I hate Squirrel too.
Wait, what?
I said he hates Moose and Squirrel. I hate Squirrel too, but Moose is delicious.
Oh, thank you for
Well,
bringing it back to
well
Rocky
played.
and Bullwinkle.
Well played.
Thank you for bringing it back to Rocky and
GG.
Bullwinkle, Cal. GG, campaign over, Celestine wins. I'm kidding. The big bad just implodes. He goes, Moose and Squirrel!
Yeah, Just dies from a random brain aneurysm, has no idea why.
Yeah, him and every other villain, even Zakio's uncle. Just all their heads pop. But Hawk, you see he moves a stick aside, and then you see him pull out that glove he used to mark the chunks of that steel dragon hide before. You see him draw like a transmutation circle effectively on the counter, put bark in it, grab some other stuff, put down some materials, and before he puts down one, did you want it enchanted too?
What are options?
Simple enchantment, more likely to hit a little bit more oomph to the blows. Elemental, damaging effects.
Let's go
Actually,
for accuracy.
accuracy. Just accuracy, no oomph?
Can you do both?
Yes.
What's the price on that?
50,000 gold. Just kidding.
It should not be too much. You see him pull an arcane gem and put it down, and then he pulls out a calculator and just starts tapping on it. Also, Fenless, if you want, you can try to pawn off those 5 assault rifles you stole from those dead guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I'm building up
I
a
was gonna
militia.
say, didn't we have shit to pawn off?
Yeah, you've got those 5 rifles, and if you want to sell any number of them, the grenades, but, I mean, they're grenades.
Yeah, no. Don't sell their grenades.
So I place the bag of holding on the counter and gently lift some of the items out of the bag so that they're kind of hovering so he can see them. And go, would you be interested in any of these fine found objects?
He looks up from his calculator, looks at the rifle, because I assume it's just the rifles, because they're the biggest things in there, aside from the... He takes one of the rifles, looks it over. Oh. You then see, like, his eyes sort of flare with arcane energy a little bit as he's turning one over in his hand. Ooh. Most interesting. Yes, I would, He looks at from the one he's holding to the other 4 in the bag. Are all of them available for, my, acquiring?
Indeed.
He takes them all. Well then, you have built up a, how we say, a tab. So, Mr. He looks at Celestine, like sort of holds his hand because he doesn't know your name.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cal.
I'm here.
He,
You know,
he's trying to get you to say your name because he doesn't know your name.
I should just bark at him. I'm Celestine.
So yes, Mr. Celestine. There will be no charge for your upgrade if your friend is willing to part with these interesting weapons. He says, holding one of the rifles.
Do I
Have
still
you been a
have that
good boy?
stupid ass cat in the hat?
No, that was pawned off on Padma's little brother. Yeah, you don't have the.
You've been a good boy, Celestine.
I'm always a good boy. It's those damn squirrels that you have to watch out for.
To which
Alright, you can give him his upgrade.
Hawk chuckles. Always got to watch out for damn squirrels. As he then takes the rifles, and one by one you see him shove into that thing he stuffed those weapons you pulled off that crazy guy who had the cat in the hat that like Hawk was offended by. He's like stuffing him in the same thing, and you hear like smelting noises coming from it as he just stuffs 5 entire assault rifles into it.
man,
Love
Oh
this thing.
yeah.
He like
Whatever.
closes up. I love my conductor. But yes, you see him like do that thing like he holds his hands backwards and cracks his knuckles. Allow me to work my magic, as it were. He then pulls down what looks like a welding mask, like a very fancy, high-tech welding mask. And as he like reaches for the little transmutation circle with all the stuff on it, you all reflexively realize, oh shit, look away, because this is probably going to be Brian who's pulled out a welding mask. All right, Jenks. And you hear what I can only describe as arcane welding noises for a second. And then once they stop and it's like, ha! It is done. You look, Bark is now considerably more interesting looking to you, Celestine.
Head tilt.
It's still a little one-handed axe, but there's now like fancy engraving that looks like a wolf striding next to a tree on the side of the axe blade. And the one visible eye of the wolf on each side seems to faintly glow with arcane light.
Ooh.
Here you are, my friend. One bite to your bark.
Thank you.
In fact, do I have Celestine sheet open? I do. That will show you what Bark has been upgraded to.
Did you ever add the doggy bag of holding? Because everything's to go when you have a doggy bag of holding.
Thank you for reminding me I should do that. Actually, wait a minute. You have a backpack that will be upgraded to doggy bag of holding. Yep, there you go. Doggy backpack of holding. Alrighty, you now have a +1 upgraded bark,
Yay.
and it does 2d6 damage base before strength and everything else is taken into account.
Ooh.
So it's now almost as strong as the stick. Is it to your liking, my friend?
Very much so. Can he upgrade Frisbee?
I see you say this showing him your shield.
Yes.
He takes the shield from you, looks it over. I am less certain of this one. It has always been strange to me. Shields, weird. It's so strange. They don't seem to take enchantment as well as armor or weapons do. Might be difficult. But give me a moment. And he takes Frisbee and he goes into like a back room, and you hear him like shouting at Patrick about something. There's a bit of like, jumbled like in the back room, like rummaging noises. You swear you hear a cat screech. And then after about 5 minutes of, just like bizarre cartoon noises coming from the back end of this guy's blacksmith's shop, he walks back out, Frisbee in hand, and he looks a little disappointed. Alas, no. Best efforts, but they will not stick.
Okay. Thank
But,
you.
Never hurts to try. Did anyone else have any requests for a Hawk? I'm gonna take that as a solid no. In which case, you guys get back to the bus. You find Padma and Arvin like making a little game out of throwing crackers in front of Dimitri, so he tries to jump and grab them out of the air. Feed crackers to the little griffin.
Have we leveled up recently?
Yeah, you guys hit level 9 after the last session.
I don't think I picked a talent.
What talent?
Or feat.
You don't get a feat at level 9.
Oh, poop.
Yeah, you get them at level... You got one at the start, and then you get another at 4, 8, 12, 16, and I think 19. So you won't get a feat for another 3 levels.
Did we get anything for leveling up?
Aside from more HP, it depends on the class. Some spellcasters get like more spell slots, more higher level spells. In your case, as a fighter, you got a new class ability. In Indomitable, once per long rest, you can re-roll a saving throw you have failed.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but I'm like passing out. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep.
All right, go get some rest, Lodo.
Good night, Lodo.
Good night.
All right, dude. But you guys get back to the bus. You get back on the bus, and you, I assume, just make your way for the harbor to head across back to Rillisert. Which shouldn't be hard because Scar is driving, and well, there's nothing else for you guys to do in this town. Story isn't here to give me any direction, so moving right along. After your stip at Hawk store and a stop by, effectively this world's equivalent of like pick your favorite fast food joint here to grab, some lunch. You make your way into the harbor and start across the small narrowing of the ocean there. I need to come up with names for the bodies of water of this fucking planet. Anyway. As you're, motoring the fucking ain't give a damn party bus across the water, you swear as you look out one of the windows, you see the familiar fins of Daneslave, the dragon.
Yay.
Yay.
Water friend.
But make it across fine. You reach Xeris Harbor, no issue. So you're now boop here. And once you guys, it's now about closing in on dinner time, like around 6, 7 o'clock ish. Once you reach Xeris, and there's as you're, pulling in, passing the toll guy to get into the town proper, there's a ring on the from the comm booth. Who wants to get the phone?
I will.
Celestine picks up the phone. Hello?
Woof woof.
If it's totally one of those video phones, his nose is way too close to the camera. Full on snoot.
It's supposed to be like it was supposed to be like one of those, pick up phones, but you see a glowing button, you push it and it turns on the video phone. You're like, ooh, sniff, friend. To which you hear a voice, hey there, big guy. You guys in on Real Alert yet?
We're in the water.
No, you guys have made landfall by now.
Oh. We're on land.
Okay, we'll meet you on the outskirts of town. It'll be kind of hard to miss. Look for the airship.
Okay.
And as you pull away before the video phone hangs up, you see a red-headed dude who looks like he's dressed like he should be dealing cards at a poker table.
Wait, is that one of the twins?
Yep.
One of them was nice, but it was the girl.
Well, to be fair, the girl was the more outwardly nice one. The guy you didn't get closer to.
That's true.
But you swear you hear "puppy" as the phone line goes dead, and it was the girl. But Ascar is like, sounds like they give you directions.
Outskirts of town. Airship.
Okay. And then you drive on through. As amusingly, the route to the outskirts takes you past that store where those Girl Scouts you bought out were at. And like, I assume your head's out the window because you're in a city and it's not like, 50,000 miles goddamn an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
You actually pass by those girls and they wave at you and say, "Thank you, Mr. Doggy."
Yay. Cheerful yipping.
Happy boof.
So at 1,000 miles an hour, my ears fly. Full-blown airplane mode.
Yum. But make it out of town, and you at first you think like, oh, they're not that far away because you see an airship in the distance. It doesn't look that big. As you keep going, though, you realize, I think they understated airship.
Air continent.
No, like to give this thing kind of a scale. Or, well, no, would they have showed up in that thing? I'm thinking about it now. No, they wouldn't have been able to get that thing there without fucking mass panic. Never mind. Airship is like a bit of an oversimplification. It looks less like an airship, more like a fucking flying crane, almost. Like those, it looks like one of those like kind of airships that has like a little gap in the middle that like they could reach down, pick up a crate and fly off with it, like you see in some sci-fi movies.
So they basically came to pick us up in a bulldozer.
A flying bulldozer, effectively, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it looks like there's a spot, like when they, like you see one of them like waving at you as you get closer, and then sort of climb onto the ship. You then, over the regular radio, Scar hears, or well, you guys hear because he picks it up. Hey, come to a stop. We'll pick you up and take you the rest of the way to Draklin. And Zaga's like, oh, and Scar's like, okay, and comes to a stop and watches this airship like about like the start of Return to the about the start of A New Hope, where like the little ship gets caught up in the Star Destroyer. The bus gets slightly engulfed and then picked up, and you hear a at the door, and you look through a window, and it looks like there's like one of those airplane tunnels connecting you to the airship that's picked you up, so you can get off the bus.
Tunnel.
Does Celestine go open the door, go through the tunnel?
Yes.
Once you go on, and I assume you start sniffing around, you hear, "Puppy! Come here, happy!
Yay!
And you easily find in another sort of cockpit spot the twins. The guy is like driving, and his sister walks over and just starts like patting you on the head. She's almost as tall as you are.
Damn, this is a huge bitch.
Well, I say almost as tall as you are. She's about 6'4" ish, so she's not terribly much shorter than you.
Okay. So Jesus Christ, things that are bigger than Celestine might actually startle him.
No, the only person you've met
Usually full of pain.
the only person you've interacted with that has like about Celestine size or taller has been Hawk, because he's a tiefling built like a male Rogadin.
Damn.
Yeah, so him large.
So on this airship, is there more room for me to work?
Unfortunately, you can't get to the parts.
Sadness.
There probably would be, but you can't reach the parts because they're only accessible from outside, and well, you can't go outside without learning how to fly. But after that pickup, it doesn't take long for you guys to be taken to. Probably takes like another hour and a half to, as opposed to driving the whole way there, fly to Draklin via the Dragon Roar Express Airlines, it seems. And naturally, once you arrive, you're summarily undocked from the big airship thing, and Scar is able to move you to a different parking spot in their big vehicle garage. Which I don't think matters to Celestine, because I assume you're still on the plane getting pets from Rhea. Yeah. You're still getting head pats from this large redheaded lady. Celestine knows what he's about. Oh. Mm. But yes, once you guys all, disembark from whatever vehicles you're on and head with the redheaded twins to the Dragon Roar meeting room you were in last time. Celestine, I assume, stops by to say hi to the shark nurse.
Yes. All friends.
She looks up the door. Hello. Ah! Oh my gosh! And she starts petting you.
Hi, Sharky.
Hi, big guy. She's like doing that thing, like ruffle the face of the doggo and pet him.
Yay! Face massage.
Yeah. Have you been okay?
Yes. So there were some things that were full of the pain.
Well, she stops petting you, walks aside.
There we go.
Headset cord, damn it. Oh, hi, twin.
Yeah, I just went downstairs and restarted the goddamn router.
Yay. You guys just made it back to the Dragon Roar base, and Celestine's getting something from Sammy right now.
Okay, but what the hell was Jinx doing to take psych damage? Because that's the last thing I heard.
TLDR, he had another moment where he was talking to Alias in his head. And he decided to, after being told it was a bad idea to touched Alias, and then saw Eternity.
Oh boy.
And he took damage from that.
Okay.
So yeah, but so far everyone else just stopped by Hawk's. Neck got parts for his little the sneaky scoot.
Yay.
Dimitri was taught tricks involving throwing crackers and him snatching them out of the air. Because that's what Padma and Arvin were doing while everyone else was in the store.
Makes sense.
Lodo crashed out. Jinx is himself getting food.
Little
And,
passed out.
hmm?
Little passed out.
Yeah, he couldn't stay awake, so.
Yeah, he did sound like he sounded like he was having issues getting to sleep to begin with. So.
Jinx woke up to that.
Oh yeah, the image. Yeah, that's what Zakia woke up to. Because like Arvin saw, like everyone on the outside, when he started like taking damage, he started like coughing up blood and bleeding from the nose. Arvin like tried to get him to wake up and stand up, and he fell out of the chair. And then Celestine just laid on the floor next to him. Hi. And then he woke up and spent the entire like day trip just sleeping because ow. That was a pretty intense migraine. But when Sammy comes back around the corner, she has a little like belt, like a little leather belt carry thing with 3 vials in it. Here you go. These should help you feel better.
Yay!
You have 3 greater healing potions.
Yay.
Into the doggy bag of holding.
Yes.
She pats you on the head. I have to get back to work though, so be good, okay, Mister? Okay, big guy.
Okay. Bye, Sammy.
Bye, bye, Celestine. She also hands you off of her plate a couple strips of bacon.
Yay!
Bacon
He's
and
gonna
health
die at
potion.
a very young age, but he'll die happy.
What did Karina say?
She said puppy. Very sympathetic. Because I'm pretty sure like our entire food source has been Girl Scout cookies and the bacon truck that we stole.
No, you guys have like other canned foods and shit in there, and you'll stop by.
Christ. Some
Like
fucking
there
Honey
was
Nut
food stocked
Cheerios
in the
to
bus
lower
before
the
you got hold of it.
cholesterol.
Well, we're a healthy band of misfits.
Yeah, no,
Are
like
we?
the,
Are we really?
I mean, to be fair, before you guys hit the water, you guys stopped by what was effectively insert fast food joint here to grab some lunch because you had the munchies.
Kill, come see my tiny house.
But after Celestino gets his 3 health potions and bacon from the nurse shark, he meets up with everyone in the meeting room where Marcus and Victoria are waiting. They're like, hey, he like looks at Arvin. Huh, he has been a new friend.
It's my cousin.
Oh, nice to meet you, Marcus Ragnar. Yeah, I've heard. And he shakes your hand. And he shakes Marcus's hand. Anyways, right to business. So he hits something on the. Damn it! Where the fuck is it? Where'd I put that damn thing? No, there it is. I'm gonna put something on the token layer just so you guys know who the hell you're looking for, because it's gonna like be a really big image. But you see an image of this guy up here. He's rather hard to miss because I made his fucking token huge.
His face looks punchable.
So, this is Jonas Arnova. He's a good friend of mine. He and a friend and an associate of his, also put on the player and Arch, by the name of Aldosk Dakron, have made a potentially pretty big discovery out in the desert.
Oh?
Yeah, they, well, Aldosk is, he's pretty big in, like, looking into, like, divine locations and old holy sites. I mean, he did kind of make some fame for that, stunt he pulled at, the Dunespire Citadel a few years back.
So... Is that the incident you said Scar would know of?
Yeah, where someone got a reaction out of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, to which none of you like heard of that, but Scar was like, yeah, I heard about that, which doesn't surprise any because it's probably a religious thing specifically. So it's like, okay. But he was on the trail of something, and well, I guess he's found it. Jonas is trying to keep it, kind of hush-hush, because, well, sure, Realister's not exactly the most friendly place to, bandity raider types, but they can still show up, especially ones who, want to get the shiny relic goods and start making that, glittery gold off of it. So, well, he called in a favor. He's like, hey, can you send some guys to help me out, and they'll pay you. And I'm like, well, far be it from me to deny someone who helped me get my start. So, yeah, but at that time...
A concubine cage.
What?
It's supposed to be a bathroom, I just don't have the bathroom set up yet.
Okay.
My house.
But,
I want more of the windows.
So, but we're a little understaffed at the time, so it's like, hey, I know some guys who, do pretty damn good work considering, well, he just sort of does like a vague air gesture, that whole thing. And, figured you guys could probably use a bit of cash and to, cover expenses for your, big honking bus. Which is helpful, which would be helpful, yes. Yeah, so, you guys, mind helping out with the security investigation detail? With this,
I said I wouldn't mind.
Alright.
Sounds fine to me.
Scar
Every
just...
time I help out on a security detail, someone dies.
That's ominous.
Marcus looks at you with... his face is like neutral, but you can see in his eyes just the word concern. Like him and Victoria both, like she was typing something, she stops, looks at you with her one visible eye, just concern. Okay then. So, it's kind of late though, and we were given a few days to, gather up some guys to, head over, so you can, crash here for the night, and then we can, get you all flown out there in the morning. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Alrighty. Margaret looks at Victoria. Should I have someone else do it, or do you want, or can you? She's like, can you take care of it? I have, it's been one of those days. Oh, I got you. He just pats Victoria on the shoulder and is like, yeah, follow me. I'll show you guys to a place you can bunk for the night. Everyone is shown a room except Celestine. Celestine is instead shown to a greenhouse on the roof.
Yay!
With the only request of just don't, eat anything.
No guarantees with that. I will do my best.
Marcus is like, I will barbecue you a whole chicken for breakfast if you don't.
Willing to try harder.
Marcus, that's all I'm asking for. And then he leaves you to, curl up somewhere in the little greenhouse terrarium thing they got going on the roof.
Which is probably Sammy's idea.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, it very quickly turns out you're actually, Celestine, sharing a room with Sammy.
In the greenhouse?
Yeah, it turns out it's not actually a greenhouse. It's actually her room because she sleeps in the pond in there. Because, well, shark.
Okay.
So, you guys probably, I imagine, stay up late talking and being dorks.
Getting lots of beer scritches.
Yes. It's like the dog sitting next to a pond full of koi fish, except it's just one shark. Celestine, yay, friend.
Because the character Sammy is based off of is a major dog lover.
Oh yeah.
Sharky loves her puppies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially Samoyeds. But yeah, you guys get some rest. Like the next morning, get some breakfast. You are in fact actually brought 2 entire barbecue chickens for breakfast, Celestine.
Yay.
Because Sammy saw Marcus making one, and then she's like, I'll just make another for the puppy.
Unaware that that's what the one that was who the puppy was for.
Well, no, Marcus like told her I'm making this for Celestine. She's like, oh, I'll make another one. And Marcus is like, well, I guess he is big. Marcus just doesn't stop her. So Celestine gets 2 entire chickens for breakfast.
I'll be right back. I'm doing a dumb thing though, Cal. I'm eating game.
Okay.
I'm still here.
But yeah. So I can delete these 2 giant tokens now, by the way. Think about it. Don't need Jonas and Aldusk right now. But you guys get some food, get some breakfast, get taken to a slightly larger airship than the last one you guys took. Because, well, there's a few more people now. And also, I imagine Sneck spent part of the night working on his bike.
Yep.
Yeah, to which you have the wheels, you have most of the frame in, so you just wheel it into the back of the little airship and just finish working on it on the way there.
Yes.
It also turned out that among the things included in that huge pile of parts was
Yes, he fit.
a snake decal to put on the side of your
Nice.
little scoot.
But I keep clicking on it, I think, so I'll move him.
And yeah, about halfway to wherever the hell you guys are going, it's over this way. About over here.
I'll be right back in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
About halfway through your airship ride, you finish the sneaky scoot
Yes.
with a nice little basket on the front, perfect sitting spot for you and Sneckbot.
Aww.
It's legit just like a fucking Vespa moped. Like straight up, it's a moped. It's called a scooter, so I immediately think, okay, it's a moped. But you're confident you have a working thing. You're a little disappointed. It sounds like you might not get to use it yet, but you have it. And it's strapped down, and about part of the way through, you just see one of the 2 Dragon or redheads you're working with, Roy. He looks over and is like, "Damn, you're a crafty little guy."
I get that a lot.
He looks at his sister. You seeing this shit? She's like, "No, I'm driving, so shut up." And he's just like, spoil sport, and you just see him start shuffling a deck of cards. Oh. Pizza.
I had tacos.
But yes, as you get close in, you look out one of the front windows on the thing. You see a rather obvious dig site, and and it's not like a little one. No, this is like one of those large-scale major discovery, huge dig sites from a fucking movie where there's tarps and shit. Tarps, multiple layers. It looks like when they're digging Imhotep out in the second Brendan Fraser mummy movie.
That's the first mummy movie.
No, second one. When they're digging him out again from the ruins of Habanatra.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do that.
Yeah, because they have to find both the black and gold books. But yeah, no, it's a huge ordeal.
There's a Jinx.
Hmm?
I heard a Jinx come back.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Hold on. Can I just control Z undo that delete?
Celestine got a lot of head pats.
Ah, yes, I can. Okay. But you see these two big guys on the map.
Yes.
The one on the left is the guy who called Dragonor for this mission, Jonas Arnova. The one on the right is his business partner and archaeological kind of religious archaeological bigwig, Aldosk Dakron.
Okay.
And they found something, and they want, they called in a favor from Dragonor to, get some extra security and guys to investigate shit.
Okay.
And you guys are currently having a bird's eye view of it as you're flying in on one of Dragonor's airships.
Okay. And this is like a quarry-looking thing, or another temple of some kind they found?
It's more of a quarry.
Okay.
Like if you've seen the second Mummy movie when they're digging Imhotep out of the ruins of Hamunaptra.
Okay, yeah.
It's a big ordeal like that, or like Jurassic Park 1 when they find the archaeological guy.
May he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. But you see that you.
I was gonna say, and that's why the one shaving cream is so popular. But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, as you guys land in, you hear the two Dragon Roar people, Roy and Rhea, are on the comms talking to someone as they're making their approach. And eventually, you guys set down on a near the top a rather large landing platform. And chips it down. Snick sets aside his sneaky scoot for now because, well, there's no telling if he's going to get to use it yet. But it's finished, and it's in the back of the airship with you.
Nice. And again, this job, they just uncovered something weird or something?
They made what Jonas described as a major discovery, and he's not trying to advertise what it is because you never know who could be listening anywhere about anything.
Fair enough.
So if Banditti type show up, they want to be like, these guys don't know what it is, but it's something.
I hope it's not the corpse of that dragon we killed and buried. Or, no, we didn't kill it.
Mama Dragon killed it. We just buried
No, the dead dragon is way over here.
I was gonna say he's somewhere here-ish.
Yeah, the dead dragon is over here by this little river.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys are
Mama
not
gave
actually
him a bad day.
Geographically close to where your guys first woke up on that crashed airship. Because that's what this little guy on the map is. That's the crashed airship.
Which is probably not there anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you guys relevant locations
No,
where you've been.
I know. It's just, if any of us decided to try and look, it wouldn't be there.
Oh yeah, no, it's long gone by now. It's been about a week.
Yeah. Something like
Actually,
that.
yeah, this is week, part of the way into week 2 of you guys knowing each other.
Or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're bad at conversation.
You're trying, though. Anywho.
Yeah.
As you guys get off, you hear some deep, jovial laughter, along with some more higher pitched laughing, as you watch as you see one of the guys showing you Jonas Arnova walk up, and he looks like he's nursing a migraine right now, just rubbing his temple
Somebody is having a bad time.
Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
Need an aspirin, mate.
He looks up at you. Are you offering?
Yeah.
Please.
Aspirin give.
He just pulls a water bottle off his belt, downs it. Thank you.
I'm gonna give him a piece of willow bark to chew.
That does help with headaches.
Yes, it does. This will help to relieve the pain until the medicine kicks in.
He takes it. He looks confused, takes a little sip. Ah, thank you, and he slips it into his jaw, into one of his cheeks for a moment. But that can kind of wait. I trust you are the associate Dragon Roar.
Yes, we
Given
are.
your company, he
Yes.
looks over in the direction of the twins.
Yes, we are.
Nice to meet you all, as I'm certain you've been debriefed, because he's nothing if not thorough. My name is Jonas Arnova. I'm the co-director of this archaeological site.
Pleasure's
So-
all ours, Jonas.
We were told that you found something. What are we getting into?
Sorry, I was eating a chunk of pizza. Well, it's not so much I found it as it is my compatriot Aldusk found it. And, well, he's been rather giddy about his discovery.
I don't like giddy. Giddy means excited, and excited means stupid mistakes.
I would say more akin to a, it's much more, he like looks Celestine over, more akin to, someone as yourself getting a nice scratch behind the ears, kind of giddy.
These are nice.
Questionable glare.
Like, I'm sorry if I offend. He like actually looks a little bit meek at that statement as he like holds up his hands defensively. Anyways, he turns and like starts leading you off.
Follow.
The twins are in the back, and Zakia, you swear you hear him like, wow, he must be stressed out if he made a mistake like that. And you get led to what looks like a little sort of like prefabbed office where you see two figures inside, and they look like they're laughing about something. And in fact, as you're getting close, you hear that like those two laughter still kind of echoing. So it's like the jovial people you heard were inside there.
I assume the walls aren't very thick, but even so, that's pretty loud.
Well, no. There's like an air vent and the door slightly open, so
Oh.
it's not like they're legitimately just laughing through solid steel or some shit.
Are they laughing about this discovery?
No, it's just you see him like pause, like chew on the willow bark a little bit and like rub his temple. They have interesting senses of humor. And then he knocks on the door. Aldusk, I brought the security. And then you hear, oh, let him in, let him in. Hey. Yeah, that was a good one, buddy. And as you enter the room, you see sitting behind a chair Aldusk, and across from him, I forget who all was there and saw like some of the random people milling about in Dragonord before you guys went to the facility.
Not me.
Me.
Well-
I think
I think
everyone
I
but
was.
Padma?
I don't remember
no.
going.
Yeah. In which case, actually, Zakia, roll me an intelligence check. Meanwhile, Snek would just remember because keen mind feat.
Must be nice. What was it again? Sorry.
Intelligence.
Couldn't-
Oh, you remember the little guy. You saw him walk in with a group of peculiar people, a half-elf, a Zal, a tiefling, and a tiefling lady. He's this little rocket raccoon-looking guy.
I was gonna say, is this Rocket Raccoon?
He looks like raccoon. He looks like Rocket Raccoon, but a bit more mouse than raccoon.
Okay.
And he's just like that. I still got it. And I was like, nice. The big guy stands up. Nice to meet all of you. Name's Aldusk. And, you guys are my new, security? Slash, Vanguard.
It appears to be that way. What exactly is it? Are we guarding or vanguarding?
Well, glad you asked. He, despite the fact he is a very, he's actually about almost exactly Celestine size, because, well, he's a very burly dragonborn. He, like, stands up, spins around, his tail damn near knocks all his shit off his own desk. But it's like somehow it just scaled an inch above, like, his computer screen. And he taps on a big monitor behind him and then steps aside. And on it you see a side view 3D printout of the a side view map of the dig site.
Okay.
Which extends pretty deep, and then it, like, part of it near the end, like, narrows into this very specific, like, not unnaturally shaped tunnel that seems to exit into a much bigger cave. Okay.
So it's quarry to tunnel.
Effectively, yeah. Like, you see the point where, like, it's underground. The tunnel is about 20 feet below the surface, but about, like, a good. It also shows, like, some of the stone density. It's like it's surrounded by very dense, sturdy rock. And it's about the cave from, like, the base of the lowest part of the quarry to that, like, found the tunnel that was digging to that spot. Looked to be about another 120 feet long.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit longer. He then indicates the tunnel. This is the start of something big. You guys, well, I'm gonna assume you've all heard of the Dunespire Citadel.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there's a room, or, well, there's a path in it, not dissimilar in shape to, this. And also not dissimilar, and he, like, swipes his hand over, and you see, like, readouts popping up around it that you have to squint a little bit. They're definitively, like, arcane detection. Also just as enchanted in the exact same way.
And question, the Dunespire Citadel was the big puzzle door thing, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
the holy site of Fendris.
What are we guarding? Because when I left, it sounded like we were guarding, like, Special K, and I thought of the cereal.
That's some.
No.
The actual Citadel's over here somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, the Citadel is, over where?
We're here-ish, or am I thinking?
Yeah, it's roughly around, like, one of these.
Okay.
It's like roughly this area.
And then again, the image we're seeing is pretty much the same thing.
It's he's describing it similar to a path in the Citadel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the Citadel, this hallway was known as the Worm's Maw. It's a rather nasty bit of work to keep out people who ain't exactly got good graces with Fendris in it. Oh, well, the types who'd, start wrecking shit, desecrating the place, all that, unpleasant, not good, wholesome religious stuff types.
Basically, keep out the grave robbers.
Grave robbers, tomb robbers, just random dickheads. You never know.
Fair enough.
But, this is significant because there's only one other place that in any mention is supposed to have a Worm's Maw in it. And that is the Domain of Conflict. An ancient holy city of Fendris.
This is another holy site, you reckon?
Well, it's a bit more like, oh fuck, I gotta look up the name because I've actually completely blanked on it. Fuck. Or lore thingy. it's kind of like if Alarema, but it was only for Fenders as opposed to venerating all the gods. Because, well, the Domain of Conflict is supposed to be a bit more, you kind of old cheesy, fight arena kind of movies sort of place. Because, well, strength must be tested with other strength, and, all other sorts of good, wholesome, Fenris preachings. To which Scar, you see in the back, just like sagely nodding along to all this. And like the little mousy looking guy in the room is just like sort of like looks like he's kind of rolling his eyes, like he's heard this whole spiel before repeatedly. We found this a couple days ago, and this is about as far as we went before I'm like, given what I've heard about the Domain of Conflict, I ain't exactly feeling like running in without a bit more, meaty adventuring types at my back, if you get my drift. Not that I don't doubt my own guys, it's just, well, I'd prefer to keep most of my staff, most of my, on-site staff, keep an eye out for dickheads coming in from, up here, and get some more specialized guys for going in. And, well, that's where you lot are getting involved.
I would say that's a smart decision. I've come across my fair share of contracts where people try to solve a problem of some such sort themselves and just make matters worse for hiring a professional.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go with, the people who know their shit about, slapping things around and are, hopefully at least passingly intellectual. And then you hear the mouse again, like, what are you talking about? I got all the intellect we need. And I was like, sure you do. And he's just like, listen, I'm not doubting your skills. I just think your skills are better put up here, potentially shooting at dudes who are trying to break in. And Talk's like, you know what? I'll accept this. He jumps out of his chair. In that case, I should go make sure the turns are working. And he just walks out of the room.
That his name was Talk.
Tock, like TikTok. That's an old buddy of mine, Talk Fortuna. To which the twins both just like look at each other, then at Aldosk. And he's just like, what? Don't worry about it. But yeah. Hired you guys to escort the head researcher, moi, into the ruins. So, I'm not exactly bad in a fight, but I'm one dude in power armor. And that's not exactly going to be good if, a few dozen, angry earth dragons happen to be living here. Because, you step in the wrong area, the mamas get pretty protective of the nest, and I ain't about pissing off dragons.
Yeah, dragons are not something you want to mess with. Take that from personal experience.
Ooh, I like you already.
I will say it wasn't an earth dragon, but I have dealt with a dragon before.
Dragon's a dragon at the end of the day. So, seeing as it's, early on in the day, I just say we get right into it, because, well, no reason to dilly-dally. I got some dudes checking out the Worm's Maw right now at the moment. So, just, if you don't already got your stuff, grab it and meet me down at the lowest part of the dig site. It shouldn't be too hard to find. You can lead him there, right, Jonas? And he's like, yes. Great, just keep it punctual, he says. And in an impressive feat for this, giant man, he does a perfect flip over his own desk and then walks out of the room past you guys.
I like this guy.
Isn't this a somewhat confined space, too?
Yeah. And he, no hesitation, fucking anything up. Just this big, 7-foot tall dragon more just whoop, flips over his desk and then walks out the room.
Well, I got no issue with going in right away if you guys don't.
I don't either.
I don't see
Nor
any
do
problem
I.
with it. Oh, 1 second.
I'm watching Kelcraft.
That sounds riveting.
I'm back. Sorry, what happened?
I'm just watching Kelcraft.
Ah,
He is sitting in my house.
in the middle of our house. But it's like, just don't get him going about jokes. He's he has a poor taste in puns.
Oh,
Padma kind of muffles a laugh.
that explains the migraine. Here's a couple more aspirin for later.
Thank you. Like, he has a rather stoic expression, but you can see in his eyes the genuine joy that you've given him more means to fight off this headache. He like tucks him in a little thing and sticks it in his pocket. But yes, follow me. He's probably getting his armor suited up right now. And as you walk away, you hear like an angry, squeaky, yelling voice about something involving turrets being, calibrated wrong and needing more, like, of something. But it's hard to understand because, like, it's coming out really fast and really squeaky, and you're like, I'm not even gonna question who's doing that.
I was going to say, could I go investigate that?
Well, if you want to try to figure out more what he's saying, roll perception. In a pause between like squeaky things, you hear the name Talk, and then the squeaking starts again. So it's probably Talk badgering some poor technician.
That poor technician.
Bleh.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel sorry for that guy.
But yeah, you're led past, various guards down along platforms to, the proper base of the little quarry spot they've gotten in a tunnel that's headed out, that's like blocked by a checkpoint. And as you guys all arrive, there's the door, the lights on it are flashing, and then you see like couple dudes in like power armor come like hustling, staggering out, and like fall to their knees. And like some other guys run up to like help them out.
Is this like Fallout power armor, or is this like?
This is like Fallout kind of power armor.
Okay. I was just curious because I don't remember if you described power armor before.
The only other time you've seen power armor was with some of the cops that were keeping a perimeter on the Niflheim facility.
Oh yeah.
But Jonas, pushes past you guys and heads over to one of the people coming out of the armor, and he's like talking with them about something. He looks a little flustered. So does the dude that he walked over to. And like a little bit later, you see like another dude like hobbling out. His leg looks jacked up as fuck. Like the power armor looks kind of mangled, and there's blood coming out of it.
If no one's already doing it, I'm gonna run over and help him hobble along.
Yeah, you and another guy.
What happened?
Yeah, you Scar and another guy go over and you help this dude in power armor get the rest of the way over there, like drag his leg and shit. And
What
like
happened
he's
in there? Sorry.
the dude's just like, I don't know, as he freaking gets his helmet popped off. I don't know. Did you guys not feel that rumble?
What
No.
rumble?
Oh my god, I guess that rock is denser than I thought. Shit. There was a freaking like a rumble, almost a cave in as we were going down towards the path. And like when we got there, like took a step in and it just came alive, and I'm lucky I got out with just this. And he like looks at his leg, cause oh man, Ted, oh god. He now like sounds like the PTSD is kicking in.
Oh dear.
Seems like there's at least one still inside. How many were part of this team?
You, the guy, he's a bit too catatonic and freaking out because, oh god, the pain, because now they're starting to get him out of the armor. But
that's what I meant to ask that in kind of a raised voice to any of the other team that might still be around or anyone who happens to know.
The one who was like by themselves and doesn't have Jonas with him, he's like finished getting out of his armor, or getting out of her armor, and she's just like, it was 4 of us. Ted went in first, and she looked kind of shooken up as well, and like just runs her hands through her hair. Oh my god. And then she takes a breath. She starts looking a little bit angry, and she just sort of marches up the steps past everyone. Looks very disgruntled, like the walking with like she's gonna kill Captain America kind of movements.
Murder strut.
Yeah, it's a full-on murder strut.
I told you, someone always dies. Always.
Well, we just got here. I don't think it's your fault.
Celestine, you swear you feel a newspaper bap you on the top of the head.
No, I got bapped.
You also hear, bad boy.
There was a team of 4 and one of them's missing.
The one by Jonas like hears that and just is like comes out and like Jonas actually he's like things, and then Jonas walks over to you and is like, so one of the 4 is dead.
Like,
Oh boy.
they say how
Just
he
look at
died,
Celestine and shake my
crushed
head.
like crushed by something. At least from what they described, it seemed like some sort of cave-in, and then something seemed alive.
Jonas like, that was likely. Sounds like something exploded in the cave, and then when they got to the worm's maw, it was in defense mode, and when they tried to enter it, it activated, and well, it's called the worm's maw for a very good reason.
It bites.
It makes the cave. You see him like sort of gesturing in the air. The cave is split into like tiles. You see him like make like even hand movements along, and each of the section of the tiles can collapse like a mouth. A dragon's maw, exactly to be exact, and they're tilted at different closing angles. They hinge at a different corner of the walkway, so you can't just stick to one corner and glide your way through. You will likely die on your way out.
Lovely.
For a better reference, the wall is basically each corner becomes Pac-Man's mouth. So it's like trying to walk through like 30 Pac-Men. Or for Tori specifically, it's straight on through the choppers.
Oh, fuck this!
Whoever wrote this episode should die!
So
That
I
was
kind
such
of
a...
want to give that one guy in the power armor who was helped some coffee.
He's being tended to by too many people for you to get close to offer him anything, and from the sounds of it, he's in a bit too much pain to really answer you. Because like there's at least like 4 or 5 medics like helping him, and they've got something like in his mouth to keep him from like screaming bloody murder, but it's still really loud, muffled screams of pain.
Or
Lovely.
rather, to keep him from biting his own fucking tongue off.
That
Both.
too.
Both. Muffle the screaming and stop him from, swallowing his fucking tongue.
So there was some sort of explosion you mentioned? Did one of them toss a grenade to set some sort of explosive off?
No one. The only explosives here are for mining purposes, for, tunneling through deeper to find caves. Or, just simply reach further if the drill can't get through a rock.
I assume there weren't any other tunnels nearby that might have ended up close to this that would set off an explosion.
Not that I know of.
Then
And like you
besides-
see Jones look past you. Where the oh, she's yelling at him. That's why he's white.
Oh?
You look at the direction Jones is looking. That lady who stormed off with the murder strut appears to be having a very intense conversation with Aldosk, who's like got his helmet off, but he's in, like I said, the power armor. And he's like trying to calm her down, but she looks pissed.
Like, if I try to calm things down, I'm gonna get stabbed, not slapped.
Well,
Or
she doesn't have
shot.
like a knife or anything on her. You'll probably just get slapped because it doesn't look like she has a gun or anything else to beat you with besides her own fists.
She just
She
seems
wouldn't
pissed
even
off.
be
She
the
will
first
rip my
time.
arm off and beat me with it.
Yeah, I mean, she is kind of muscular, so like think her proportions are about like a femro.
I ain't going over there and fucking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides the obvious hinged maw itself, it seems like there might be some other traps perhaps set in place.
It was like, what traps? It's
Either that or someone's trying to sabotage it.
well, whatever it
Sabotage
is.
either it or your team.
I'm not sure which is worse. Hold on, I'll go see if I can deal with Natalia. One moment. And he jogs up the stairs to where you can see, now identified Natalia arguing with Aldosk about something.
And we're at the entrance of the maw, correct? Or we're at the tunnel leading to it?
Yeah, you're at the tunnel leading to where it is.
Okay. I think it's trying to perceive something.
No, that was for earlier.
Oh. Derp.
Just archive some of these pages. No, I didn't want to jump to that page, damn it. The very triggered healer we used to have.
What a coincidence. She's all...
Oh, whoa, I didn't need... actually, I'll take 2 of them.
We need stories of this triggered healers. I want to know.
Later.
Indeed. Yes, that's... Where the hell is it? There it is. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. That was the map set I was using for the Trifecta Ruins. I need this one. Ah, there it is. Okay. No, don't want to put it on the fucking token layer. But yes, after a moment, you see Aldosk manage to slip away from the angry half lady Natalia.
And in my head, I'm just thinking, damn. I should have gave that guy the whole fucking bottle.
It looks like he's taking this better because now that he's like talking to her, starting to calm down. She still looks like she's about ready to legitimately just use her teeth to rip someone's throat out, but not like not shouting at least. So he's at least not getting his headache compounded on.
Alright then.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, how does this look on it? Oh no, that looks weird as fuck. Anyways. After a moment, Aldosk walks over and is like, okay, so, and he's just looking at the other 2 dudes who are, the one dude who was getting pulled out and was screaming bloody murder. He stopped screaming. In fact, it seems like he screamed himself unconscious from the sheer pain.
Hope he's
But,
not going into shock.
Yeah.
He's also got medics.
Yeah, he should be fine.
So did she relay any more information to you about what happened as she was screaming her head off at you?
Yeah, she's Natalia's a little pissed because it sounded like she seems to think we didn't, do our, due diligence and look for all the traps, but we did. We hit every speck of the thing. There should not have been like any explosive traps. We'd have found those fucking things by now, and I wouldn't have sent them in if I'd known they were there. I'm not that kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, either not to question your skills, but it seems like in that case, either one was somehow missed or someone's trying to sabotage for some reason or another. Would be my guess.
I'm not so sure personally, but well, that's just me.
I try not to rule anything out. Kind of a habit from the job.
Good one to have, kid.
How many people know about this site?
Well, besides the people on site and, well, Dragon Roar?
Yeah, besides us.
You see him, like, counting on his meaty, armored fingers. Should only be... well, really just us. Because, well, the one who's back in this thing you've already met, and he sort of gestures in the Jonas. So it's not like the guy who's giving me my funding doesn't know where the hell I am involved.
So there's no way for any of your demolition explosive that could have possibly gone off at all.
I mean, our chief demolitionist is currently, last I heard, still up top chewing out some dudes about the turrets, so... and he's the only one who has the codes for the explosives locker. So, if they wanted him, they'd have to go through him or beat some pretty intense encryptions, because, well, he's a technomancer. They ain't exactly make, low-tier shitty, locks on anything. It's digital, it's arcane, it's got enough countermeasures that whoever tried to, crack it open and fucked up on any one level would immediately get electrocuted, and half the fucking dig side to be on that ass like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm.
Fair enough. Investigate the explosion then. Try not to set off any other traps that might have been missed.
That you know of?
Hold on, I could not hear Kel. What?
Sorry.
Are there any other entrances to this place that you know of?
No. If there are, they're on the other side of the maw.
Because your unit may not be the only ones down here.
Actually, a good point. How did they say about how far they made it into the mall before it hit the fan?
Sounded like they got about 10 feet in before, well, it started going off. He does like the chopping motion with his hands like a mouth. All, bitey. And, well, one of them, he wasn't quick enough on the turnaround, or the thing trap was faster than he thought it was, and it sounds like he's just, well, shivers. Sounds like he's, well, kind of all over the place in there now.
Lovely. Just to figure out what's going on, the only way is forward.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to head in. But, well, he taps something on the big-ass backpack he's got. That's what this thing's for. Hopefully it'll give us a bit of a heads up. right, you guys. Follow me. And you guys are summarily
Teleported to a new map.
actually yes. Whoop. Bottom left, bottom right corner. Oh, hold on a second. How do I do this? Oh, that's how I do that. Would have been helpful to think of that before then. Boop.
Oh god.
It suddenly went all black for you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed.
Deactivated Fog of War. Thing.
I activated Falling of War. Can you see now?
Nope.
Yeah.
Bottom right.
Alright, hold on.
I can see the bottom right.
Yeah, I can too.
I had to zoom out a little bit.
Yep,
Okay,
there you
I
go.
see it.
Take your medicine on it.
Look at you getting all fancy now.
Yeah,
Aw, shit.
Oh yeah.
but this is currently all you can see is you go in, you reach the end of the thing, and you can kind of smell some like black powder or something. Like you can smell like the aftermath of like a fire and brimstone explosion.
Lovely burning air.
Which Aldous is like, yeah, well, don't worry. Wouldn't have to go in there too long. Hold on. And he takes this like metal detector looking thing off his back, off his like backpack, and presses against the wall. Hey, big guy, you might want to cover your ears. This is going to be a little bit loud.
Cover your ears.
And you hear a boom, kind of, from this thing. It's very high pitched. You're like, ooh, okay, that's why it's loud. Okay. Like, it's still muffled enough to not, cause some pain because doggo ears, but you still kind of heard it, so you're like, oh, okay, so. And it sounds like he, then you see him pull up a little holographic display over his left arm that's showing a map, and from his position, the map shows that much is revealed on the map. With a curious addition, however.
Yeah.
There's a ping of something. Wait, hold on. Let me undo that. There is something that shows up as a blip right about here. That little gray box. And he's like looking at it. What the hell?
Can you tell what that blip is or no?
That should be a person. What the fuck? You see him, ears up again, big guy.
Oh.
And then another boom. And the map, it's exactly the same, except the blip has now moved deeper in and then this way. Because like this is the tunnel to the place. It starts this way and then it goes over here.
Okay.
But hold on, I gotta expand this just so I can move it because it's fucking stupid. But it's now like over in this direction.
hell? I thought it was just that team of 4.
It should have been. I think you were right. There's somebody else down here. Can I fucking move this damn thing, please? Oh my god.
That doesn't work. Make a blank token? Question mark?
Can't make a blank token, but whatever. It's further down the hallway, whatever. Get rid of it.
Make it with the question mark in it, like what the fuck?
Freehand. Fucked if I know. There you go. Question mark.
He's somewhere over there.
Yeah, like that was someone, but holy shit. And like you see him put the sonar thing away and like look at the map, like just pull it off of his gauntlet, like from hovering above the gauntlet bigger. And he's like indicating like everything like past about here, like this whole thing. That's not the cave. That's side of the explode. This was something blew up. This wasn't like us digging. It was a straight path from there to here, and now it's well half fucking buried and now a fucking maze about. Holy shit! How the fuck we not feel a bomb like this going off?
Even with all this thick rock, for something to bury that much of your one straight path, create this maze, something is definitely weird going on. I can't think of any tool or magic that would cause that level of explosion without without being able to feel it.
And the twins move over. Roy looks over the shoulder. One thing that could move stuff like this would be probably some of the stronger druid magics I've heard of. About like I know he like looks at Fenless. You're more one of the druidy types, right?
Indeed.
There's some spells that your practitioners know that can mold and shape earth, right?
Almost definitely.
Yeah, like something like that could do this, but not in a case that I've never heard of one that's like chaotic earth shaping. So that was a bomb.
I don't know too much about druiding. I'm fairly aware that moving this much earth takes a lot of effort. It would seem impossible that one person could just do this, especially undetected, because I'm assuming moving earth, even with druidic magics, would set something off.
Well, yeah, if you know where to look. Like, if there's magic senses up, then yeah, they'd go off, but given how nothing did, this might just be a really big boom or a really weirdly shaped charge. I don't know. But someone was moving in here. So, let's get on the fucker who apparently got one of my guys killed. I'd like to, break his legs and ask him questions.
That's
In
not
that order.
I would
necessarily-
agree.
No, in that order. Legs are breaking first, then I ask him things.
Makes sense, so he can't run away.
Better move quickly but carefully then if we want to catch him.
Most likely. Come on, let's go.
Up by him watching for traps.
Okay, well, let me reveal things because you guys have moved a little further in. And your preposterous dark vision lets you see all.
120 feet, baby.
You can now better see over through that direction. And again, it's just more... It's like more rubble. But since you can only really see out to 60 feet in color, you can't tell if it like looks charred or anything because you only get to about visually here before it starts going black and white on you.
Fair enough.
So you can't tell if like it looks blackened. It might, but it's hard to say.
It definitely doesn't look like it was bored out by either a drill or some giant creature or something like that either.
No, it does, like, where you guys are starting at, like, it still looks like a natural tunnel. Like, in this whole thing, like, this was clearly, like, it went this way and then something else, and, like, probably stopped. And then this was, like, another path, and you can see, like, this is some rubble here that, like, surprisingly goes all the way to the ceiling. Like it looks like this was definitely a cave that had like some other little air pockets next to it, and the explosion has just like fucked it entirely. Move up 1 second.
Checking for traps is investigation or perception?
You said BRB.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, I missed that. What was it being said? Talk it to me.
For checking for traps, is that investigation or perception?
Uh,
I can't remember which one it is.
it's perception to watch out for them because you can. It's like watching for like trap triggers and shit. Okay. Definitely not traps, just a lot of rocks.
Okay.
Celestine, definitely no traps, just a bunch of rocks, and it's a little sooty smelling now, but it seems to be quickly fading because apparently there's at least more than one way out.
Can I pick up the smell of this person to see if they were here?
Roll survival.
Damn.
Even with that though, all you smell is explosion.
Damn.
At least in this area, like it was a pretty big boom, so it's like okay.
Lots of soot.
Mm-hmm. Reveals some more of the area.
Preposterous dark vision.
Also, I just realized we need to change the song because it's not the right
mine
song
wasn't
for this
worth it
area.
anyway.
Let me see. Oh no, you still concurring with everyone else. Just a lot of fucking rocks, and none of them look out of place to you and your druidic know-how.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw a Barton Frisbee.
Okay.
Draw my sword and pistol. Just to be
We'll use
safe.
this song.
You mean your sword and revolver?
My hand cannon.
Mm-hmm. Move fend this up a little bit.
And we run into a Rogadin with 2 giant shields on his arms.
No, no. This is
Easiest
just the
trial
old.
in the
This is
game.
like the most fitting song I could think of for this place, and it just happened to be the Garlean theme.
No, I just found that amusing. And out of nowhere.
Yeah, and as you guys are proceeding further, no traps, but there's like a few like windswept marks on the ground. So it like someone was like moving fast and dragging their feet a little bit. Like not actual like proper footprints, but like marks of someone like flying, sprinting past.
And it's just one set.
Yeah.
You're making a lot of oil.
Yeah, I know.
Is that for food truck or
Hold on.
what?
I have to raise your volume more. There you go.
I was just asking what was with all the oil.
Oh, I figure we can fill a bathtub and run around in it.
Oh, God.
It's to level Grace's culinarian, because you
Ah,
pretty much
okay.
just make cottonseed oil from 62 to 70.
And what are you getting? What are you getting in return?
I already got it technically. That's how Freya came to be.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, as you get closer, you can see that like this is like oh fuck, I'm on the wrong thing. Not the like this all is still like exploded stuff, but this here is like the actual path that was like dug, and then it reaches like some clearly manufactured like stonework.
Be the mole then.
Man was here.
Roll survival to sniff.
Sniff.
Snurf! No!
Well, Kel, here's the thing. Because you are a dog, actual racial trait you have advantage on all sniff checks. So you unless you double crit fail, you cannot fail on survival. A sniff, anyways.
Double crit fail's gonna be like sniffing up like a pebble or something.
Oh god, do I? Doggo sneeze.
Yeah.
Like doggo sneeze like a
He's
gunshot,
not
the pebble
stopping.
shoots out. You know, doggo sneeze at a pebble, kill a man. That's you! Pack!
I would be so proud.
But you smell something, that's not just, earth, a little blood, and, explosion. You smell, it's very strange. It smells distinctly like fresh air.
I think there's another passage through here.
Well, it strikes you as odd because, like, it smells a bit like the fresh air is, like, artificially there. Like, it shouldn't be this deep in. Because, like, if it's fresh air, it should have all been behind you. This is, like, fresh air starting from this point and sort of continuing a little bit onward.
Yeah, but if there's another pathway on the other side... Or is this, like, ether condensed magic air that...
It's about more like, canned magical effect air.
Yeah, let's send in a red shirt.
What, one of the twins?
We don't have
No,
any.
not one of the
shirts,
twins. I
but
said
we
red
have
shirt, not red
red
head.
There's no red shirts with you.
Fuck.
It's just the party and, well, these two.
Send
Perhaps
Frogman
dealing
in.
with a. Perhaps dealing with an air ganassi or air elemental of some kind.
Possibly.
I might explain the strange footprints.
Almost like pulls up ahead and like as soon as you guys go, one sec, steps back. Keep it down, big guy. Oh boy, that's.
What's the oh?
If you poke your head around the corner, there is very definitively someone splattered across these walls.
Oh, lovely.
Like, there's
Doesn't
crushed
bother me.
bone, metal, oil, blood, organs and shit. It's
It is
god.
paste all over these walls.
I ripped
All
an
over
old
one
iron
section
back.
of the wall. It's like about a 10-foot section across, and like a bit like a bug splattered on the left side in the floor.
Oh, lovely. Come on, keep it down. Let's keep moving.
I wouldn't go that far in that quickly. Move them up here. Arvin.
No, I don't want it cold.
Ice and back the fuck up.
Close that one. Need it. I was like, any of you know how to the thing the detect magic? Anyone know how to cast that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, hold on. Do I have that in my...
No, I'm pretty sure Padma
No, I
does.
don't.
What?
Yeah, I don't.
Detect magic.
Oh yeah, I have that in the one ritual book thing.
Yeah, he's not going to move, so you'll have the minute to cast it.
All right.
And once you do, about 30 foot out, the chamber, like, oh, you feel it. You're really feeling it, Mr. Krabs. This whole thing is a very ancient, very powerful transmutation enchantment.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, this also, to you as you're walking forward, highlights the pressure plates that can trigger it.
Well, that's convenient.
Because, well, you can assume that they're the pressure plates trigger because they're another like minor source of transmutation magic on like certain tiles. So you're like, okay, I know where not to, step, so you can like guide people through. Like the pirates have to stay kind of close to you, but I figure they'll follow you on pain of not dying.
Yep. Follow her steps exactly.
No promises.
Not
It's
quite
like the-
exactly, but
It's like the Last Crusade.
yeah, with Padma's help, you guys are able to carefully make your way through and step around the splattered dead guy. Padma, as you're going through, you also notice some of the pressure plates there's like it's like some are one per section of the wall, and sometimes there's two, and they're not just all on the floor. They're also on like the roof, the sides. It's like in case you try to do anything funny, you can run the risk of sitting off this thing and killing yourself. Like, whoever made this thing made damn sure if you fuck up, you ain't coming out.
Thanks, Satan.
But on the tail end of your concentration on that detect magic, you make it through, and you also notice another small source of transmutation magic next to the outlet, and you see what looks like a lever of some sort.
Okay.
My first instinct is to pull it. My second instinct is to not.
Do you pull it?
No, I don't trust it. We're going with instinct too.
All Lost walks over. Hey, wait a minute. I know what this is. Get out of the tunnel.
Okay.
He then
And
the switch is pulled down currently. He throws it up, and then you look in the tunnel, and you see it all Pac-Man, like towards you guys. But you're all out, so you're not like gonna get crushed or anything. And after that, all at once, it opens back up, and then you hear a click. Okay, it should be disarmed now.
Phew.
In fact, I'm gonna test it. He picks up a rock, throws it at one of the pressure plates. You see the pressure plate click. Nothing happens.
Yay.
Okay,
good to know we have a
now we can get
safety
back out of here
measure.
without getting munched on.
Unless someone follows us and throws the switch again.
Murder.
Yeah, but I mean,
Said the switch
Jed's object
was
are hard to
down,
destroy.
but it's currently up.
it's like a light switch. If you turn it, it's a bit like a reverse light switch. So when it's up, it's off. When it's down, it's on.
Okay. That for later.
Yeah. Supposedly this thing was a case of like, if they had to come in here to hide from like invaders, they could get everyone in, throw the switch, and then as the invaders are chasing them through the tunnel, they throw it, start stepping on things, and then, well, lunchtime.
Sense.
And also, so they don't have the guys, accidentally drunkenly staggering through and then getting plastered on the walls. So ain't nobody want to be drywall.
No, you don't.
But as you guys turn around, and I don't have a map for this because it's just too damn big, and also I couldn't find a decent one for it. You see, it looks very much like the end of Rabanasti, that big like sprawling city under there.
Okay.
Oh wow.
But like you can see like two like big Roman Colosseum looking things, and then like another they're not like symmetrically placed. They're a bit more diagonal, like the dots on either side of a percentage symbol. And then towards the center, you see what appears to be a a center, but set sort of back what is probably like the main temple or main central building of this ancient city.
Do we see anything running?
If you want to look for anything, make perception checks.
I'm basically just trying to see if I can see whatever that blip was. Perception.
Wow, on your freaking advantage when you got it, Arvin. Let's get out Scar's sheet because he's gonna look for this too. Let's get Scara. He will roll perception. Wow.
He's too in awe.
Yeah, he's a bit in awe of a ancient, Fendris holy place. Let's see, do the twin. How well do Roy and Rhea do? Plus. Oh wow, they actually have a large amount to this. Good job, you two. And yeah. Oh, of course Roy rolls a total roll of 21. Of course he does.
Lol.
How about Aldosk? How do you do? You don't have a whole lot of wisdom, but you're still pretty good. And you still do better than better than Rhea did by 1 point, but still better. How does this go though? Ooh, Really? Really? Wow, man, you fucking suck.
Lol.
So,
Someone
as you guys are
failed.
looking, it's pretty far away. Because like you're looking through like the city, you can kind of see something, and when you spot something, and like you sort of like what's first person to spot it is actually Fenless, who snatches off of Aldosk a pair of binoculars he was using. He's like, hey! And like you look, you see someone has tripped and fallen, like in the city, and like like staggering to their feet, and then they look back and there's someone else on the ground, like sort of tumbling down the stairs a little bit. But the person you saw trip like sort of goes back, and then he looks back, and like the person looks right towards you, and then just hauls ass up the stairs.
Well then.
And
that person.
roll intelligence if you want to see if you recognize him. It's kind of hard because, well, it's at pretty long range and in dark.
Even with binos? Oh, damn.
Even with binoculars and, well, dark vision.
That was...
You could only really tell him out because he had something glowing on his person, but it was a faint, dim light, but it was still enough that with those you could see it. Oh,
That's a saving throw.
that'll still work.
Okay.
Because, yeah, even minus the 4 from the proficiency bonus, yeah. That is the guy who claimed to be Marcus Ragnar.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
really?
The one you saw on the like sheet of people who were apparently involved in Arvin's ill-fated expedition. So yes, Fenless, you do recognize this man.
Oh boy.
Fake Marcus.
Yes. I really.
The twins like look at each other, and then back at you. How does one be a fake Marcus? They both ask in perfect unison. Like they both sound like, "Are you fucking like? Are you?" They're like, "Really, bitch?" kind of tone.
Yeah,
How's
I
one be a
don't know.
fake
We'll have to
Marcus?
ask. We'll have to ask this so-called fake Marcus when we find him.
You do not, however, recognize the other person he has dropped.
Hmm.
And, well, they kind of disappeared a bit into darkness, so you don't know who they are. You didn't even get like a look of what they could be, like, as a species. Scar is just like... Nope, 1 second. Sorry about that. But after hearing you say this, like, Skara and Aldous takes his binoculars back from Fenlis and is like, jeez, freaking. Like, goes back to looking around. And then Skara like bumps him. Hey, and, like, you see him pointing something like, oh yeah, we gotta pass down. All right, you guys want to hustle, see if we can catch our imposter friend who seems to have blown shit up.
Sure.
That's. I'm looking forward to breaking a leg.
Oh, I definitely like you. Let's go. And again, despite the fact he's wearing what looks like about 200 pounds of power armor, very nimbly jumps and like sort of slides down the cliff a little bit to a path and just keeps walking.
I follow. Whee!
I follow, but I take off at a brisk jog.
You do what?
I go at a brisk pace. I'm not just walking.
Okay. It takes you guys to get down from the like small ledge you were, like the start of any big old cave in any video game ever.
We're going
And,
spelunking.
At a brisker than, as opposed to just a slow pace, just a more brisk one, takes you guys about 10 minutes to get down. And as you're like approaching the big staircase, you see part of the way up it, someone like unconscious on the ground. Which Fenlis is like, oh, that's the person I saw tumbling, who I assume that the fake Marcus dropped. Do you guys approach?
Yes.
Yeah.
I approach anyway.
Make a since Akio, I'm assuming, is gonna be first. Make a perception check. You guys don't all need to make one, so we'll just go with those two. Venless, it takes you a second longer than Zakio to pick up on this because you don't quite have as good dark vision range as he does.
Good call.
But like the both of you, like Zakio first, then about two, then 1,000, 1,000. Oh, on Fenlis's part, that's a drow. It's a drow lady with silver hair in kind of flowy robes, laying on the ground, and she looks like she's got a staff like strapped to her back, but she seems to be unconscious.
Try gently slapping her, see if that wakes her up.
And on that note, we're gonna call the session here.
We found Rin.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
I think
Maybe.
I think we found Rin.
You don't know.
I know I don't know.
You found somebody.
I'm just making that assumption.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll call the session there.
Yay.
So close out my stream just a minute. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to know when I go live, I do have a Twitter, twitter.com/JinxMcNinja. I will get a link here in just a sec. I also have a Discord that anyone is welcome to join, if they so wish. Excuse me. If for some reason that link doesn't work, PM me either on Twitch or on Twitter or something like that. Let me know, and I will get you a new link and make sure you get in. And as always, tips and subs are never required, but they are always greatly appreciated. They help me out. Shows that you guys really enjoy my streams. I will not be streaming tomorrow because of Easter, but I should be back on Monday with the next episode of the Mine of Fandelver campaign that I am part of. So look forward to that. So until Monday, guys. Peace.